everybody, God bless you. I'm Pastor Shanique Beckford. I want to share something with you. You cannot die before your time. There's no way that God will permit it. If God has appointed you to live and given you life, you cannot die. A few years ago, I believe I had actually encountered death or almost encountered death. There are many persons that have died in their sleep, and upon dying in their sleep, someone only went to find them. They didn't wake up the next morning. They weren't able to say how they died, what happened when they died. I've been told many times that when you die, you will see something like a bright light, or you begin to approach a light at the end of the tunnel or something along that line. Now, my experience of a close death experience, perhaps a close call to death maybe, I was in a vision one early morning about 5 a.m. and I remember I was seeing my spirit. I saw my body on the bed and my spirit walked past my body, and I went outside. There was a neighbor that we had that had a raw pothead on the top of his house, and that was a high voltage raw electricity. And I saw my spirit going to touch. I saw my spirit going to put my hands to hold onto the electricity, and I was thinking, why would you? It's almost like my spirit was saying, why would you do that? That's death. And I thought, okay, I'm literally dead and I can't say anything to my family. Is this how I'm going to die? Is this how I'm going to die? And just as I was about to lay my hands on the raw pothead, I remember hearing the audible voice of God. He said, Shanique, wake up now. I heard, Shanique, wake up now. When I heard that, I woke up immediately, and I literally felt, even though as I say this I get goosebumps all the time, I felt raw electricity running through my body. I was laying in that bed stuck for about 15 minutes. Every hair on my body was standing tall. I was frozen. If you have ever been electrocuted in the slightest way, if you have ever been shocked rather in the slightest of ways, maybe you had plugged your iron in, your flat ironing or something, and you had a slight shock. I had that shocking sensation throughout my feet, my hands, all over my body for 15 minutes as I laid. That was the second time I heard the audible voice of God. There are different dimensions to hearing the voice of God. You have the still small voice, you have the internal voice, and you have the audible voice. That audible voice is something that you don't just hear on an everyday instance. You hear the audible voice of God when there is an assignment on your life, when there is danger, when there is a warning. There's a specific reason why you receive or you encounter hearing that audible voice. I believe that the devil would have wanted me to die before my time, but God just came in and just rose me up. He canceled that. Whatever has been assigned or spoken over your life that you should die prematurely, that your purpose should die prematurely, I declare by the power of God, the resurrection power of God, that you will live and you shall not die. I prophetically speak today over your marriage, over your children, over your business, over your ministry. Someone feels like giving up because it has been too much. I speak life over you, and I declare that you will live in the name of Jesus, and you will testify of the power of God that saved you from dying, that saved you from giving up. May you have an encounter where you will see the fullness of God and hear his audible voice as he pull you from the pit and the snare that hell has prepared for you to lay you waste and to spoil your goods. I declare in this season that you are blessed in everything that you do in Jesus' mighty name. God bless you, and this was my testimony. I wanted to share with you. You can't die before your time. You can't curse who God has blessed. You cannot die prematurely if God has not ordained it. So go ahead and trust the will of God. He's got you covered.